Hi, my name is Keisha Dreams, and you're watching Kiki's Corner. Yay! Thank you guys for coming for my first official episode of my vlog called Kiki's Corner. Now, I've been meaning on coming up with a blog for like quite some time now. I just didn't really know how to get started. So I have three main topics I'm going to go over in each vlog. First one is always going to be a little segment I like to call What's Up World, and that's where I find out what's up to tell you what's going on about today's news. Now, this can be things from trendy topics to something on a more serious note that you should be concerned with. It's just what's going on in today's time. Now, my second segment is one that I came up with myself called FloridaManFailure. Now, FloridaManFailure consists of just mainly really crazy, wacky news you hear all the time about stuff that Florida people do. Now, my third segment is one of my personal favorites. It's my story time, just with yours truly, just some wacky story that I've been through over my life that I just want to share so you guys get a more personal feel of me, Keisha Dreams. Now, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the latest topic I've been hearing on and off. Oh my God. Tekashi69. Now, if you don't know who he is, well, was a rapper. The whole story is Tekashi69, mostly known for a lot of trolling online. If you're not familiar what trolling is basically just posting and harassing comments over and over and over again under people's posts. You know, you're just cyberbullying, in other words. He also had a minor sting in the past, I want to say maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, for a video coming out with him having sex with a minor. So he already was on probation for that, and in his probation it stated that he could not be affiliated with any gang violence. Nothing gang related, no guns, nothing of that nature. So of course, when he came out with that song, Gummo, showing him with the 9-tray blood game, it violated his probation in plain sight. So everybody was all over it. They gave the cops legal consent to arrest him. Of course, when they arrest him, they find so many illegal guns. And that just got added to his charges. I want to say racketeering, robbery, attempted murder, drug distribution. They did catch him with kilos of heroin, fentanyl, and other narcotics. So he went all the way. He's currently up for a maximum sentence of 47 years to life. So what he decided to do is he decided to cooperate. And the sad part about it is what I read is he cooperated in less than 24 hours, folks. 24 hours. Less than 24 hours, this boy cracked. And I want to say there is a lesson to learn out of all of this, and Cardi B kind of touched on it when she said, when you join that gang stuff, know what you're getting into. Don't just jump into it to boost his rap career, which is what he said. He joined it for protection and to boost his rap career, because before I ain't even gonna say take off, because he didn't even take off.
Oh, you're so funny.
The way I discovered him is through that Nicki Minaj song, Fifi. But before that, he admitted to mostly doing his own thing in rap and rock and roll, which I personally think he should have stuck with, because that's more fitted to him. I feel like he was trying to be something that he was not, to try to become rich and doing things intentionally to get fame, and that's how he ended up in this position. So I feel like what you can capture from this is, first of all, always stay true to yourself, and second of all, know what you're getting into. Know the ins and outs of it, and most importantly, if you cannot handle that type of lifestyle, because he knew all of this was going to happen, that's why he's in protective custody now. His family's probably in protective custody, but you knew these were the risks of you joining that gang. You knew they were going to come after you if you start ratting out their name, which he did, even on tape in court. At that moment, he was pointing them out. The guy over there in the gray, the guy in the brown.
Oh, come on.
He literally pointed them out, and that's what makes him a snitch, because you had a choice whether or not you wanted to join the gang or not. You could have just as easily took on a rap career without having to do all of that. Okay, now it's time for our Florida Man fail of the day. Florida man, Florida man, Florida man. So our Florida man fail of today is this crazy guy that attacked his neighbor with a samurai sword. And so I wasn't able to get this guy's like first name. Usually I just do like a first name, but I'm gonna call him Black Samurai Jack. So apparently Black Samurai Jack and this other neighbor had been getting into it for a while over this wheelbarrow that wasn't supposed to be sold at Black Samurai Jack's garage sale. So Black Samurai Jack is walking and he's actually stalking this dude that now owns the wheelbarrow. Now, eventually the guy puts the wheelbarrow on the curb. I don't know how it ended up back on the curb. I don't know if he still wanted it. But now Samurai Jack came up and he started fighting over it. They started tugging, and then, I kid you not, he just whips out a sword from behind him, just whoosh, and start like swinging at the other guy. And you see the guy kind of like defending himself, yet still holding on to this wheelbarrow. I don't know why this wheelbarrow is so special, but right now I want to be a wheelbarrow. Because the crazy part is, after the man left, once he realized he was on camera, because he was on the security camera, and they threatened to call the police. So once he left, he got his wife came and got the wheelbarrow once things calmed down, and she explained that, okay, the wheelbarrow was for sale, it was originally ours, and yada yada yada. They came and stole it, and it wasn't up for sale, basically. And how the wheelbarrow ended up back at the curve, I don't know. Where this man got that samurai sword, oh my god. And why are these people fighting over a wheelbarrow? Like crazy Florida man failure. Like, can you imagine, like, one of your whole neighborhood is arguing over a wheelbarrow? Like, people are going to jail over a green wheelbarrow. I mean, if the dude took it, I mean, yeah, that's messed up too, but at some point, you gotta look at it for what it is. Like, you're in jail over a wheelbarrow, and that's why I put you as a Florida man fail, because you could have seriously hurt this guy over something that's less than 30 bucks. So, you get a thumbs down today, whatever your name is. I just think that's terrible, Black Samurai Jack, that you tried to kill somebody over a straight wheelbarrow. So, definitely thumbs down. And now it's time for my favorite subject, story time. Maybe because it's about me, but I just don't care, and you're just gonna listen anyway because you are viewing my channel.
Duh.
So, my story time of today is what I like to call the sacrifice of the Virgin Mary. Now, it's not what you think. Remy, my cousin, Zuri, and Mary all were hanging out, and I had to be maybe about 18 years old, getting ready to go to college. We were all getting ready to go to college. Now, I didn't meet up with my cousin Zuri until later on. But the plan was we were all gonna, you know, start drinking and test our drinking levels before we actually get to college, because we basically wanted to be ready. So, me, Remy, and Mary meet up at Hooters, and we have a little bit of wings before we try to get into something to do. Now, I kind of scoped Mary out a little bit. She seems pretty fine. This is Remy's friend. I didn't really know her like that. But it was all good. I didn't mind. Extra body, you know, just to have fun. Us girls. So, we get to talking, and I ask Mary, has she ever drank before? And Mary's like, oh yeah, I drank before. So we're eating, and we notice Mary doesn't get anything. So Mary's like, I mean, I had a little bit of eggs this morning and some bacon, but I'm trying to keep my stomach on empty, so when I drink, it can hit me faster. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, but you don't kind of want to do that. But nonetheless, she didn't eat, and I'm not going to make her eat. So I ended up calling my cousin Zuri, because she was 3 years older. She was 21, and I gave her a little something to buy us liquor. We loaded up on a fifth or one of those big bottles of Peach Amsterdam, fifth of Ciroc, big bottle of Ciroc. We got a pint of the Wild Berry Amsterdam, and I want to say that's it. I can't remember. We loaded up. We were trying to find something to do, so we didn't end up back at, I was living at my mom's house at the time, so we didn't end up back there, but we couldn't. So we figured, well, why don't we make it like a sleepover, and we all just hang out, get drunk, and watch movies or whatever in the basement. So we get to the basement. We get to the house. Everything is cool. Everything's fine. We're turning on music. We're lit. We're talking. We're like, oh my God, I can't wait for college. You know, just happy stuff. So I now have the trees in my back pocket, and I'm sitting on the couch. They ended up falling out into the couch, which became a major problem later on, because when Mary started drinking, I kid you not, we had those plastic kind of styrofoam cups, you know, the little red ones, classic party cups. And later on, we know she mixed gin and vodka. I think that's what they said it was, the problem, but all I know is that girl took maybe about 2 sips. She was out like a light. Okay, so now I'm looking at my friend Remy like, can you please help your friend Mary? Like, I don't really know her like that. She's blacked out. She's on the basement floor kind of rolling around. She's trying to puke, and like, she's rolling around. She's like blacked out drunk. And I'm her age, we all got liquor, stuff's about to go down. So while I go and hide the liquor all in the storage closet, we all say, okay, let's stick to the story. We all met up at Hooters, which we did. And she was already like this before. She was already kind of drinking before, she said. And that's what we told her sister. Now, the cops ended up getting called because she was not coming out of it. She was getting really cold, and we were getting really nervous. So the cops are looking around. They're looking. There's about 3 cops coming. They're questioning my mom, like, what happened? You're the adult here. My mom's like, I don't know. They were in the basement, which was true. She didn't have no clue. None of this was going on. So here's where stuff really start getting real. So in the midst of the cops being there, remember how I said I lost the sack of trees? Right then and there is when I lost it. Oh my God, like, stuff got so risky. Cops, like 3 cops were in the house circling around. Like, that's where I started to kind of get scared. So luckily I found the sack when I sat down on my couch, and I kind of like felt on my butt while my mom was asking me questions. You know, I'm 18. She was like, what's going on? You could tell me the truth. You could tell me the truth. I'm your mom. And I'm just sticking to my story because I didn't want her to panic. Because as soon as I told my mom the truth, she would have panicked. She would have got scared. The cops would have noticed, and then all hell would have broke down. So I'm sticking to my story. Nothing happened. I got rid of all the cups. She was on my butt too. Like, as soon as I got rid of the cups, she was on it. She saw it. That's how she knew something was going. But we stuck to our story. Nothing happened. And while she's talking to me, I felt the trees. I gently put it in my back pocket, and then I was cool from there. I ran upstairs to my room, and I put it away. So they get a stretcher. They end up taking Mary to the hospital, and we're all kind of just sitting there just like, oh my God. In the morning, we discovered that Mary ended up being fine. She was all right. She did survive. Her alcohol content ended up being close to the lethal level, and they did say if we wouldn't have called the police, she probably wouldn't have woke up that morning. So I thank God that we did. I thank God that I convinced them to kind of call the police and do something. Otherwise, that would have been a scary night. That was my wacky, wacky story at 18. At 18. Like, this is with you. Go ahead and subscribe. My goal is to get about 100 views. I'll be so happy if I get 100 views by Halloween. So please just share me, share me, share me. Welcome to Kiki's Corner. Bye.